When I told her what I did, she gave me champagne. That's when she told me champagne secret. Champagne. Ooh.
Bottle pop, truth drop, welcome to the show. Champagne secrets, let your power grow. Every video, spark, ignite your inner light. Raise a glass to the future, shining bright. Empowerment is the code, we decode. Unravel mysteries, life's own secret load. Step by step, tap in, find your flow. With champagne secrets, you're gonna glow.
Unlock the strength within you, watch it bloom. Life's a canvas, painted every room. Through ups and downs, cheers to what's next. Champagne secrets, life's complex. Show champagne secrets, let your power grow. Every video, spark, ignite your inner light. Raise a glass to the future, shining bright. Empowerment is the code, we decode. Unravel mysteries, life's own secret load. Step by step, tap in, find your flow. With champagne secrets, you're gonna glow. Unlock the strength within you, watch it bloom. Life's a canvas, painted every room. Through ups and downs, cheers to what's next. Champagne secrets, life's complex.
Second and let's talk. Yo, DJ, roll that beautiful champagne footage.
Confidante, what is your profession? See my nothing but soldiers and empowerment over here.
Pop that cork, let it rain, living lavish, no restraint.
Can I be yelling out gang gang? Do you gang bang? I be outside with my gang gang. Chunk your gang signs if you gang bang. I be outside with my gang. Can I be yelling out gang gang? Do you gang bang? I be outside with my gang gang. Chunk your gang signs if you gang bang. I be outside with my gang. Can I be yelling out gang gang? Do you gang bang? I be outside with my gang gang. Chunk your gang signs if you gang bang. I be outside with my gang.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
You can't handle the truth. Champagne gang, FizzFam, confidants, and visitors to the Champagne City. Welcome in. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my music. Now, what in the world? See, we can't never get nothing right on one stream. You stream y'all, one thing go wrong. You restream, another thing go wrong. Baby, use OBS. There's a potentiality of everything going wrong. But what's going on, Champagne Gang? Welcome in one more time, baby. It's Friday. The weekend's here. We need to unwind, kick back, chill, relax. Drop some champagne glasses and bottles in the chat. If you ready to get into it, are you relaxed? Are you calm? Are you regulated? Have you shaken off the foolishness of the day? Well, go on and kick your feet up, cause mine are. Mine. I gotta, you know, when you get a little bit older, you gotta elevate. You gotta elevate. So I'm kicked up, you kick up. Make sure you have your charger handy. Make sure you have your phone in hand. Say hi to a few people in the chat. And if you ready, I'm ready. So let's get ready to get into the show.
When I told her
Here we go.
what I did, she gave me champagne. That's when she
We
told
got
me
our music. Now,
champagne
before we get into
secrets.
our story, now hold on, let me pause so that I can make sure it sounds good on the TV. Hold on.
Champagne. That's when she told me champagne secret. Ooh, champagne. That's when she told me champagne secret.
All right, sound good to me. Sound good to y'all. Let me know in the chat if it sound good to y'all. Welcome in, DCB. Thank you for joining me on that. Because we do have some updates on the Romeca Meeks situation. We are going to continue. Excuse me. There's also some updates on the Kirk shooting that we discussed on yesterday. So we're going to get into that as well. But before we get into all these updates that's going on, I want to play you this video, this news report, and it's going to have its own separate video coming out. So you're kind of getting the prequel to it. So I want to play this for you guys, but it happened in Australia, and that's all I'm going to say. Y'all got to see it for yourself. So let me press pause. And I just want to know, this is how much I'm going to tell you. I want to know if you were the dock worker in this situation, what you doing. That's all I want to know. So let's get ready to get into it.
3 Sydney port workers are accused of importing half a tonne of cocaine into Australia, hidden behind a fake wall in a shipping container. Police say they used their positions as trusted insiders to help an international smuggling ring.
A months-long investigation cracked open 506 blocks of concealed cocaine, a $164 million discovery.
This equates to 2,530,000 individual street deals.
The huge haul hidden inside a shipping container that had carried legitimate cargo from Europe. Shortly after midnight Sunday at Port Botany, police watched as a 38-year-old forklift driver and a 25-year-old man made their way in.
They were there for the sole purpose of retrieving narcotics.
The drugs behind a fake wall wrapped in lead sheeting. Raids at the 25-year-old's Oyster Bay home uncovering $130,000 at the forklift driver's Hillsdale apartment.
A 42-year-old from Caringbah was intercepted. He was in possession of $200,000.
He was the only one granted bail when the trio faced court yesterday.
Hi there, we're just looking for Dylan Moon, if he's home at all. He's not home at the moment. All 3 men worked for logistics companies here in Sydney, described by police as a critical component of this syndicate, with international criminals said to be targeting well-placed workers within our ports.
To use their positions corruptly and to enable drugs to come into this country.
All 3 will front court again in October. Amber Laidler, 7 News.
Y'all, what are y'all doing? Y'all caught in that situation. Let's say you the dock worker and this not your stuff, but you unloading docks and you see a mystery wall break open and you see that in there, what you doing? You closing the wall up and pretending like you never saw it. You walking away because this amount of product, baby, somebody's looking for it. Oh yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, they gonna break you out of prison so that you can go recollect their product. Oh yeah. This the kind of stuff that movies are made of. Cause somebody gonna have to answer for that money. Somebody gonna have to answer for all that cocoa. That, baby, listen. I can see it now. I can see it now. Do you know I am a crime drama fanatic? I am a crime movie. Look, Carlito's Way, The Godfather, The Untouchables, Heat. Now, Heat is my favorite. Heat is my favorite. Y'all throw some out there. Ooh-wee. I am a sucker for a good mafia movie. Good. And I know, listen, I'm a firm believer that there is some truth in every movie. And I know somebody looked for this product. Oh, no, this just ain't. You ain't getting off that easy. Jail. What do you mean? Just somebody gonna meet you in jail. How about that? Because that much product. They didn't test the wall. Was that it? They decided not to test the wall. That had to be it. Had to be it. What y'all think it was? I'm just thinking to myself, in the words of Wayne, too much money ain't enough money. The feds listening, what money? Alleged. The songs cops was singing during the bus. Mobsters. Man, Donnie Brasco. Listen, you don't just walk away from a hit like that. No, that's not that kind of loss. Hell, I know people that don't let you walk away for $10. Hell, $5. People been sticky, icky over less. All of that in one shipping container. That's where let me not do that, because people gonna think that no. I just have an imagination. I just don't understand. If you were part of a criminal organization, why did you have it all in one container? Why wouldn't you spread it through several? Now, I don't know how the docks work, but why wouldn't you spread it through several different containers? That's what I don't understand. All that bumping around, something subject to get knocked loose. And you got everything in one spot. One person was caught with what they say, $200,000. Oh, yeah. Somebody big time looking for that. Y'all think they're going to snitch, or they going to be quiet? Y'all think they just going to take the hit? Because this day and age, everybody's snitching. Everybody's snitching. That's why I don't know why we still talking about snitches get stitches in 2025, because everybody's snitching. Hell, some of y'all favorite people snitching. Hold on. So, get this out the way. But our story for today, y'all, that just had me tickled. I was just too tickled. But for our story for today, we do have some updates on the unaliving of Charlie Kirk, and I really want to get into this because if you see the picture on the screen, the young man on the right, that is the alleged shooter. See, they threw all out the information on the other day when they were arresting the old man, saying that he was the shooter. He didn't even have nothing to do with it. And in this situation, again, like I said, this is a white community problem. Not saying that Black people shouldn't be concerned, because anything that happens in our communities affects us. Period. He was shot. There was some Black kids there. It affects you. especially if you have a heart, if you have empathy, because it could be you. You're not exempt from this. You're just exempt from this situation. See, we just got to start looking at stuff different. I start looking at stuff like, if somebody could do that to them for their opinion, somebody could do it to me for mine. Ignorance and hate has no color. It has no respect of persons. But again, a young white male. Black people do not do this. At what point, while some of y'all are experiencing so much fatigue, and again, I'm not talking to all of my cream tea. The ones I'm talking to know who I'm talking to. You're not fatigued about this? About consistently losing your young men after they do some of the most heinous stuff? School shootings, taking shots at presidents and presidential candidates. You know, y'all like y'all name to stay intact. Y'all like y'all legacy to stay intact. Y'all ain't tired of seeing this yet? Because this right here is something y'all gonna have to come together in y'all community and figure out. But I need you to see this. Hold on one second. You just go. Yeah, I'm in restream. Give me a minute.
When I told her what I did, she gave me champagne. That's when she told me champagne secret.
I'm pulling up. Come on, y'all. Talk amongst yourself while I figure out how to do this. Okay, there we go. For some reason, it wasn't popping up my share, but it kept saying it's being shared. Crazy. So they've been looking for this young man after Charlie Kirk was shot. Let me turn this down some. Let me know if the music is too loud for y'all. I can't hear it the way you guys can. And it said before he was apprehended, manhunt for Charlie Kirk shooter, what we know on day 2. So they released this photograph of this young man. I'm just starting to believe like some of this is just so convenient. It's like, we really have to have a conversation about what they're doing with these youth. Really. Because I'm starting to feel like somebody got to be testing some kind of chip in their brain. Something. Look, I've seen too many movies. I've seen what's possible. And if you can put it in a movie, and it was a thought in a movie, it's actually a thought in somebody's mind. A thought that somebody has probably made a reality. We just don't know it yet. Because 21, 16, 15, 13, 20, You haven't even lived your life, tried to. And all of a sudden you out here. I was trying to think of a character to say. You out here Rambo? Just want to unalive y'all can't convince me that these young men are just waking up and choosing violence. Y'all get what I'm saying. Because this is starting not to make any sense to me. These young, they're too young, way too young. And you're telling me that they're just ready to change the world one body at a time. You're telling me that somehow a switch goes off at a certain age, that they flip to this? You telling me these parents didn't know what's going on with these children? 21 years old. You still living with your parents, you living out. Because even when my grown kids was living with me, baby, where you going? How long you gonna be gone? Okay. Make sure you send your sister your location. All my children are adults and they all have each other's location. At all, my daughter goes out the country a lot traveling. Make sure you send your sisters your location. Because they have iPhones. I don't do iPhone. Y'all can have them. I'm a Galaxy chick, even though right now I got a Motorola, but don't judge me. We'll be back on the Galaxy train in just a minute. But even my grown kids, when you going, okay, what hotel you gonna be at? Okay, do they have a number? Okay, send me your flight. Let me know what flight. Because if anything goes wrong, I need to know where to look. I need to be able to tell the police this the flight she took, this the hotel she was staying at. These are the individuals she was with. This is the location of where she's at or where her phone is pinging at. I need to be able to say something. So I pay attention to my kids no matter how old they get. I want you to still understand I'm still mama and I'm still concerned. So you telling me you didn't know that this desire was inside your child? He never expressed the desire to do this. Trying to be careful with what I say because, YouTube got so many restrictions. No, I think they're doing something to these young men. I don't know how and I don't know when. But they doing something to these young men to make some kind of switch, flip in their head. It's gotta be. Gotta be.
That's when she told me champagne secret.
I'm sorry, y'all. I was drinking some Coca-Cola. So it says more than 30 hours after a fatal shooting that has shaken the United States, the federal manhunt for U.S. conservative activist Charlie Kirk's killer was intensifying on Thursday night and early Friday morning. Kirk, the 31-year-old author and podcast host who helped to revitalize the conservative youth vote and return U.S. President Donald Trump to the White House, died shortly after being rushed to the hospital on Wednesday with a sticky, icky wound to the neck. On Thursday, authorities released photographs and video footage showing a person of interest racing across the university rooftop from which the fatal shot was believed to have been fired. The suspect has not yet been identified. Then on Friday, y'all remember on yesterday I showed y'all that clip where people were saying it looks like somebody is up there on that roof. And I had the arrow that was going down to the object on the roof that the guy was saying it looks like someone is up there. How is it that civilians are consistently able to see these situations before the police? How? Y'all supposed to be the ones trained for this. And you didn't recognize somebody on the roof with a gun? Like, don't they have some kind of gun detector? Matter of fact, don't they have some kind of EMP machine that they can set off where guns ain't able to work within a certain distance? There are things that people can think of to keep this kind of stuff from happening. And I keep telling y'all, this reminds me of what happened with Trump. It reminds me of the Trump shooting. As much as Trump is talking about this guy right here, why wasn't that much attention given to the guy who allegedly was unalive when Trump was shot? You know, the one they said that was shot and was down behind Trump, but everybody was still standing up and cheering for Trump while there was allegedly a body somewhere over there. You know, nobody running, nobody scared, nobody shot, nobody nothing, but allegedly someone lost their life when somebody attempted to take Trump's. And again, a situation of a young man, young white male, climbing onto the top of a roof, laying down and taking aim. What is really going on? I believe it ain't alleged because he was convicted of it. They said it was him. Now this dude is alleged. But the Trump shooting, they said it was him. And I'm starting to wonder, is it really them or are they covering from some, like my inner conspiracy just starts going off like why? Why them? Why this young? Who's putting batteries in the back of these young men to make them do this? Who? That's the question we need to be asking. Are you trying to tell me that our young people are so mentally and emotionally inept that they're willing to fall for anything, that they're that easily manipulated? Now, I just can't believe that. This generation too doggone smart. Too doggone smart. What are they doing to these young males, these young white males, to make them respond like this after the age of 18? Can't even say that because the other boy was 16. That makes them respond like this after they hit puberty. It's a question that needs to be, it's a conversation that needs to be had. But it needs to be had within the white community. The black community can't fix this because we don't know what created this. We know what created Nuck Nuck and Day Day and Ray Ray and all them. We know what created that. And if we really wanted to make a change in our communities, we would fix what created that. But no, if you fix what created that, then that means everybody got to go back into the workforce and no more easy money. No more bad. If we fix what created that. This is a white community issue that they're going to have to fix. They're going to have to come sit down at the round table and figure out how to fix this. Why do you have so many young white males that turn into either school shooters or political assassins? Literally. And that's not being racist. It's not being prejudiced. I say the same thing about our community. The same way y'all need to come to the round table and figure out what to do about little Timmy, little Johnny, and little Connor. We need to come to the table and figure out what to do with little Taquan, Rayshawn, and DeQuandis. and little Taniquiana and Ashika Shana and all the rest of these names that y'all come up with now. We as a community got to figure out who can come together at the round table and figure out how do we save our children. Man, it's time out for all this bickering back and forth when you got young men doing this. Good shot. Who trained him? But see, this one thing I'll say, because then it's not saying it's a bad thing. No tea, no shade, no fizz. What I'm saying is a lot of white families teach their boys to shoot at a young age. You don't find that in the black family. In the black family, boys learning to shoot because they have to dodge bullets and they shooting back. But in a lot of white families, that's not all black families, because some black families do have a hunting background. But for the most part, that's like white people. You see them in the forest hunting deer and everything else. You don't too much see that in our community. So it's not normal for them to have guns. And I want to say, I forgot what the age. Hold on one second. I'm finna look it up. Don't worry about it. I'm finna look it up. What is the age?
When I told her
Oh,
what I did, she gave me champagne. That's when she told me champagne secret. Champagne.
it's 18 for a long barrel shotgun, but I know that's lower when it comes to hunting.
That's when she told me champagne secret.
Okay, so that's what I thought. So it says, I had to go converse with my GPT real quick. So it says hunting and children. In practice, whether a child can hunt with a rifle or shotgun depends on state hunting laws, not federal gun statutes. In most states allow minors, sometimes as young as 10, even younger with supervision, to use a hunting rifle or shotgun if they are supervised by a licensed adult hunter. They've completed a hunter safety education course, mandatory in many states, often around the age of 12. They hold a youth hunting license. States issue these at different minimal ages. So it says, excuse me, like examples by state. Texas has no minimum age for hunting with firearms, but hunter education is required for those born after 1971. With some age exemptions. Georgia, under 16 must be under direct supervision of an adult when hunting. In New York, kids as young as 12 can hunt big game with a rifle, shotgun if they have a license and are supervised. In California, junior hunting licenses are available for ages 16 and under. Children as young as 12 can hunt big game with firearms if licensed and supervised. So the bottom line is you can own a hunting rifle, but you must be 18 under federal law. But to use a hunting rifle, it depends on the state. It's allowed for children who are much, much younger, as long as the state hunting laws and the adult supervision plus the hunter safety course requirements are met. So you can often see like a 12-year-old legally deer hunting with a shotgun or a rifle next to their dad or mom, but they can't go on their own, if that makes sense. But here's my question. Like I said before, the Bible says all things are lawful, but all things are not expedient. That means just because you can do it don't mean you should. Just because you can go to the bar and get pissy drunk don't mean you should do it and get behind the wheel of the car. It's not expedient. How does it benefit you? How does it edify you when it's lawful, but it don't fit your need or your purpose? Okay, what does that have to do with this? Got it. If you know that Lil Timmy loves to torture animals, why would you allow Lil Timmy to have a gun? And why would you teach Lil Timmy how to shoot? You know something is a little off with Lil Timmy, and Lil Timmy probably need a drum set, a whistle, a dog. Well, no, because he torturing animals. He don't need no dog. Lil Timmy needs a therapist, needs some help. But you're going to allow Lil Timmy to play with guns. This is why I say a lot of this is a parent issue, because how much attention are we really paying to our children, where your child is even 21. To me, 21 is still, baby, you barely grown. You barely grown. 18, technically, they consider you an adult. You a toddler. You 3 years into adulthood. That ain't grown. That ain't grown. Technically, I feel like the journey don't start until you turn 21. Baby, honey, listen, you don't understand the way things go until you start hitting in your 30s. Then, how Medea say, a light comes on. Stuff start to look different, start to sound different. You start paying attention to stuff different. I went today, I was with my daughter. They had a little birthday party for some kids, and I'm looking around, and it's all young folk. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's not gonna work. It's the baby birthday party, but Sexy Red on the TV. NBA young boy on the TV. And I'm like, a pecker and a putty and a pecker and a putty and a pecker and a putty and a house full of 2-year-olds. Please make it make sense. Make it make sense. I'm like, no, because I ain't even from this time, and this ain't my house. So I ain't got nothing to say to y'all about what y'all do, but I ain't got to continue to cohabitate with it. See, some of y'all don't know how to walk away when you need to walk away. Separate yourself. You ain't got to say nothing. Sometimes it ain't always your place to say something. Just walk away. Preserve your energy. This ain't for me. I'm from a different time. Baby, I'm cut from the type of cloth that was disintegrated when I was made from it. I don't come again. So this ain't for me. No. I done got older, baby. I'm about to be 49 next week on the 18th. Some things I don't kick it. No, a bunch of young folk, we don't talk alike. We don't think alike. We don't operate alike. We don't move alike. We don't like the same stuff, and we definitely don't like the same music. Y'all don't teach y'all kids to say, excuse me, when they walk past. When was the last time a kid said, excuse me to you? Hell, when was the last time an adult said, excuse me, my bad, pardon me? Manners. Do we even know what those are anymore? We don't teach it. So since we're not teaching it and we're not paying attention to our kids, then exactly how do we expect little Connors and Timmys and what's his baby name on the screen? Hold on one second. What's Sugar Dumpling name? Let me scroll back up. Oh, you know what? I think they just had his picture at this point. They might not have had his name. But that's how babies like this is created. Like this. So they released photographs and video footage showing a person of interest racing across the university rooftop, from which the fatal shot is believed to have been fired. The suspect has not yet been identified. Then on Friday, the U.S. president Agent Orange announced with a high degree of certainty that the suspect had finally been caught. He told Fox News that the suspect, who he said is 28 or 29, is in custody and that someone very close to him turned him in. The suspect has not been publicly identified, however, and Trump added that an announcement would be made later. Boy, he's so into himself. He just had to break the news first. He just had to be the one. Some of y'all are so egotistical. Y'all don't even know this ego when you see it. He had to be the one to come out and break the news to everybody that this individual was caught. Now, what if the individual hadn't fully been interrogated and somebody just ran and told you the wrong information, like what happened with the old man that was dragged out by his hands and his feet floating in the air off the ground? Like he was a hardened criminal that took an aim at the president, carried out by Secret Service. Now, what if it was another one of them and you just came out and told you didn't even give the police the opportunity to let it be known? It's y'all commander-in-chief. But you can't even be mad at Trump. That's the crazy part, because Trump is like that family member where you know what they gonna do. Sometimes you just still be shocked when they do it. Like, you just like, bro, come on, dog. Like, for real, Trump is like, you remember that video with, what's his name? Say, I say what I want to say. That's Trump. That's Trump. Trump said, hold on. I can do you one better. Hold on one second, y'all. Y'all, I love this doggone song.
That's when she told me champagne secret.
Here we go.
I say what the fuck I want to say, blood. Paru. I say what I want to say. 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 I say what I want to say.
Orlando.
The fuck?
I know, relax.
What the fuck?
He say what he want to say. Y'all, that's Trump. Y'all know that's Trump. Trump don't give a good damn what y'all think. You can talk about him. You can talk about his policies. You can talk about the color of his skin. You can talk about his hair. You can talk about his outfits. You can talk about his marriage. You can talk about his past, his felonies, him being a criminal. You can talk about it all. Trump don't give a damn. You can't be mad. You can't be mad at a person who blatantly lets you know they don't give a damn. How you gonna be mad? Oh my goodness. Let me see what y'all saying in this chat before I play this press conference. Ask the question. Ask the question. Room always dark. Pentagram on the wall. Room smelling like ghost of Christmas past. He is not okay. I'm just saying, y'all, how much attention are y'all paying to y'all kids? Are y'all just allowing y'all kids to be in the room? Doors shut. Mom, respect my privacy. This is my private space. You're gonna respect me. Timmy would be picking his teeth up off the floor. What do you mean? It's my house. I pay for the air you breathe in here. I pay for the current of electricity that flows through every electrical outlet. What do you mean this is my space? You don't even respect yourself. What do you mean respect you? Then you don't know what's going on in the room. It could be whole bodies up under the bed. You wouldn't know. You would know, because y'all don't go in, you don't check, you don't look, you don't ask questions. Ain't no more family dinner. You don't sit your kids down. How was school? What's going on? What's your teacher name? What did you do today in school? Did you learn anything? Tell me what you learned today. Lock on a phone as a minor? What do you mean I can't have the password to your phone? Make it make sense. Who the parent? You or me? Who paid that bill? You or me? We not paying enough attention. Because how do you not know? Or no, what we do is we label it as creative expression. That's what it is. Because see, we still don't understand that when you're dealing with the movie the Matrix, which is my favorite movie, like one of my favorite series of all time. When you're dealing with that series, what it's explaining is the difference between the natural world and the spiritual. This is the Matrix. It's still a whole nother world y'all don't know nothing about. Which is why the Bible says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against spiritual wickedness in high places. It's a whole nother world y'all not paying attention to because y'all so busy turned up that you missing all this stuff going on. Like all of a sudden these young white men getting possessed. Why? Why? That's the conversation y'all need to be having. What's going on that somehow a switch goes off at a certain age? For young black kids, the street just seems more appealing, more fun. Do what you want to do. You ain't got to answer to nobody. It feeds their need to feel important. To feel like you a top dog. When it comes to the gang, I'm on top. I'm feared. I'm fearless. I fear nothing. This is where I feel invincible. So they run to it. Because they don't want structure. They want to be running wild. They want to be renegades. They want to be rogue. They want to live free and die hard. That's what they want to do. But this right here, baby, this is different. This is different. And somebody needs to be asking a question as to why. Why? Man, take your eyes off these politicians and all this foolishness that they doing because they only concerned about themselves at the time. That's all they concerned. They ain't concerned about y'all. Take your eyes off them. Put your eyes on the children, both communities. And if we need to come together, then all communities come together and sit at the table and say, what the hell is going on? How did we mess up so bad that our kids is turned out like this? Let's sit at the table, get some coffee, get some soda, get some pizza, put on our pajamas, put on our socks, and we're going to sit in this room till we figure out something. Something. Do you know why the military had to be sent in? Because nobody's figuring out anything. Everybody's talking, but nobody's coming to the table. Nobody's saying, you know what, we forget all this. Hey, we got a bigger problem. I love my kids more than I hate you. So, because I love my kids more than I hate you, I need to turn the focus off of you so that I can focus on my kids. All our focus needs focus. Because we are losing generations after generations after generations of young people senselessly for no reason at all. Again, what was the scripture we used when we were talking about Jim Jones? Some crept in unaware. Yeah. All of this is happening because somebody ain't paying attention. And the people who are paying attention aren't saying anything. Everybody's just being quiet. So now let us get into this. I'm trying to, Nisi. This is Talk Yo Friday. Yeah. I'm trying. Thank y'all for coming in. Please make sure to hit that like and subscribe. Thank you for throwing that in the chat for us, Nisi. Thank you so much. We so close to that 1K we trying to reach. So do me a favor and just hit the subscribe. Even if you don't never come back. Baby, you know how many people I'm subscribed to? Just because I wanted to help them with their subscribe account. You ain't got to come back. Although you will want to, because this is one of the safest, the bubbliest, the funnest community family groups that you probably gonna find around. Help us get there. Do I need to beg like Keith Sweat? Or no, like Ruffin? I know you wanna leave me, but I refuse to let you go. So go and hit that subscribe button for me, okay? Hold on, let me pull my Marvin. Who was it? Marvin Winans. Let me lock the door, ushers, moderators. Lock the doors until they hit the subscribe. Lock the doors. I ain't playing with y'all. Lock them. Lock the doors until we get a subscribe. Yeah, I'm just playing. We don't force y'all over here. No. But come on. Let's get into this press conference that was had, because now the young man in the picture has been apprehended. Marvin Sapp, is that who it was? I thought it was Winans. But we gonna get into this press conference and see what new details and updates they have for us. Y'all let me know. Do y'all want the music playing behind the press conference, or do y'all just want to hear the press conference? Which one? I know y'all got a little delay, so. Which, yes, music, no. Put a 1 in the chat if you want music playing behind the press conference. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, I went in the right skip screen.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. On the evening of September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident. This information was relayed to the Utah County Sheriff's Office and scene investigators at Utah Valley University. This information was also conveyed to the FBI. Investigators reviewed additional video footage from UVU surveillance and identified Robinson arriving on UVU campus in a gray Dodge Challenger at approximately 8:29 a.m. on September 10th, in which he is observed on video in a plain maroon t-shirt, light-colored shorts, a black hat with a white logo, and light-colored shoes. When encountered in person by investigators in Washington County on September 12th in the early morning hours, Robinson was observed in consistent clothing with those surveillance images. Investigators interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that Robinson had become more political in recent years. The family member referenced a recent incident in which Robinson came to dinner prior to September 10th, and in the conversation with another family member, Robinson mentioned Charlie Kirk was coming to UVU. They talked about why they didn't like him and the viewpoints that he had. The family member also stated Kirk was full of hate and spreading hate. The family member also confirmed Robinson had a gray Dodge Challenger. Investigators identified an individual as the roommate of Robinson. Investigators interviewed that roommate, who stated that his roommate, referring to Robinson, made a joke on Discord. Investigators asked if he would show them the messages on Discord. He opened it and showed several messages to investigators and allowed investigators to take photos of the screen as each message was shown by Robinson's roommate. These photos consisted of various messages, including content of messages between the phone contact named Tyler with an emoji icon and Robinson's roommate's device. The content of these messages included messages affiliated with the contact Tyler, stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush, messages related to visually watching the area where a rifle was left, and a message referring to having left the rifle wrapped in a towel. The messages also refer to engraving bullets and a mention of a scope and the rifle being unique. Messages from the contact Tyler also mentioned that he had changed outfits. I know there's been speculation as well as to the writing on those casings, those bullet casings, and I believe we have that as well. And I will share that with you now. So the area north of Campus Drive Road where the suspect crossed over, you saw some of that in the video that we released last night, consists of a grassy area with trees on the edge of the UVU campus. Investigators discovered a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a dark-colored towel. The rifle was determined to be a Mauser Model 98 30-06 caliber bolt-action rifle. The rifle had a scope mounted on top of it. Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices, bulges, capital OWO, what's this?" ? Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" ! Catch! Up arrow symbol, right arrow and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow," and a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO." We are indebted to law enforcement across the state who's worked seamlessly together, local law enforcement, state law enforcement, and our federal partners with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We're grateful for everyone who worked together in such a short amount of time to find this person and to bring justice. I want to thank the public who has been so engaged, reviewing videos, helping us with sending in tips, and helping us get to this point. I want to thank the family members of Tyler Robinson who did the right thing in this case and were able to bring him into to law enforcement as well.
You know what, Niecy, I absolutely agree with you. And that's why, let me get this back up here. I got a confession quick. I keep telling y'all the world is a stage, right? I'm at a place right now, I don't believe nothing. I don't believe nothing I see. Nothing is real. None. One of these days, I'm going to have to post a video that I took when I was outside down south. And I looked up in the sky and I looked at the clouds and I'm like, why the sky looks so fake? And I sent it to Niecy. She was like, oh, it's so beautiful. I was like, that don't even look real. The clouds were not even moving. Like they were just, the whole day, the clouds didn't move. They didn't shift. It was so mind-blowing to me that I had to look it up to make sure clouds actually move when they're in the sky. That's how mind-blown I was. So I'm at a place, I don't believe nothing. All this is weird to me. And it's not that we haven't heard this happen before, but these last few just been, my spidey senses is tingling. What is going on? Maybe we should look into what's going on that they're not reporting. Because I didn't even know about the school shooting, because this Charlie Kirk was everywhere. He covered up the school shooting. Matter of fact, was the school shooting even addressed for real? While they were discussing this? But how did y'all get that quick? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What y'all think? Tell me. Drop in the comments. Because I don't know. Some just don't feel right. On the real, put them on some of these cold cases and tell them to get the same energy. Absolutely. Because y'all just can't convince me our kids didn't just flip their wig.
I especially want to thank the family of Charlie Kirk, Erica, Charlie's parents, his children. I want us to be thinking of them as we bring justice in this case. They will be involved in that justice. We will be working very closely with them as we move through this process as well. This is a very sad day for our country, a terrible day for the state of Utah. But I'm grateful that at this moment we have an opportunity to bring closure to this very dark chapter in our nation's history. With that, I will now turn the microphone over to the Director of the FBI, Kash Patel.
Thank you, Governor. This is what happens when you let good cops be cops. The FBI and our partners are proud to stand here today together to bring justice to the family of Charlie Kirk and honor his memory. I want to express my deep gratitude to President Trump, the Vice President, and the entire White House who have been so incredibly supportive with both resources and just personally to the FBI as a team. They had our backs the entire way, and I just want to express my gratitude for giving us the resources we need to operate in this space to bring this sort of justice at this sort of speed. In 33 hours, we have made historic progress for Charlie. Governor Cox, our partnership has been absolutely incredible these last few days. Our partnership will endure. Your state and local partners, your sheriffs, your DPS community has been unbelievably impressive in the hardest of times. And a case like this cannot be solved, cannot be brought without partnering with your state and local authorities. The FBI has a certain role to play, and we will play that role, and we will lead out for the federal government. But Governor Cox, we are so grateful for your state partnership that led out on this investigation. A little bit of the timeline. Charlie was shot at 12:23 p.m. on Wednesday. The first FBI agents arrived on scene in 16 minutes with chiefs of police at 12:39 and secured the scene. The FBI immediately launched fixed-wing assets. We utilized these assets to transport personnel, specialty technicians, hostage rescue teams. We also utilized these assets to go back and forth from the East Coast and here in Utah to transport forensic evidence and other evidence that will be analyzed and is being analyzed at our FBI laboratories in Quantico and other laboratories, including the ATF. At my direction, the FBI released the first set of FBI photos of the suspect at 10 a.m. local time on 9/11. Then, shortly thereafter, the FBI reward of $100,000 was released at 10:45 a.m. local. Myself and Deputy Director Bongino arrived on the scene at approximately 5:30 p.m. on 9/11. The governor led a press conference last night at approximately 8 p.m. where at my direction, the FBI released a never-before-seen video of the suspect. We also released new images to the public of the suspect. And just last night, the suspect was taken into custody at 10 p.m. local time. In less than 36 hours, 33 to be precise, thanks to the full weight of the federal government and leading out with the partners here in the state of Utah and Governor Cox, the suspect was apprehended in a historic time period. And I want to highlight what Governor Cox said. This would not have been possible without you, the media, and you, the public. That's why we went so public, so fast, and we're so transparent, and we're committed to that transparency. The crime scene, just a little bit there. It is a large crime scene. State and local authorities, along with federal authorities, processed that crime scene quickly. And I even had the ability to walk through that crime scene and walk through the steps the suspect took to learn more about what was needed and what resources we needed to bear to create a full picture for the FBI and leadership back in Washington. Furthermore, thankfully to state and local partners, forensic evidence has been seized and continues to be garnered. Forensic evidence has already been evaluated at FBI laboratories in Quantico and state and local authorities here. We will continue to process evidence as we see it, as we collect it, and we will continue to deliver to Governor Cox and his team. Last night, we had a total of approximately 7,000 leads. As of this morning, thanks to your great work, we have over 11,000 leads that were called in to the FBI. And we are running out every single lead that we can. Every one of those leads will be run out. The arrest is a testament to the dedication of good law enforcement being great, and partnerships in law enforcement, which I've tried to highlight as my tenure as the director of the FBI. There is no better relationship for law enforcement than the FBI to partner with state and local authorities, and you've seen it here in these last few days. The FBI Salt Lake Field Office, along with our offices in LA, Phoenix, Denver, San Antonio, Las Vegas, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, our headquarters component in Quantico, all participate in the FBI. I want to express my deep gratitude to the employees of the FBI, the men and women, the evidence response team tacticians, the special operators, the agents, the support staff. You have done monumental work in historic time when the public, who had a right to demand such an expeditious solving of an investigation, the FBI answered that call diligently, critically important to our nation, and we delivered. And I'm proud to be their leader, and I'm proud to be the director of the FBI. This is a very much an ongoing investigation, as the governor said, and we will continue to work with state and local authorities to develop the investigation, to provide them the evidence they need for their ongoing prosecutions, and we will be here to answer every call they absolutely have, as long as it takes, for as long as we need to find and apprehend whatever suspects were involved in this crime. Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk, rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
Thank you, and good morning. I would just like to take a few minutes as the sheriff to express my gratitude for everybody who has played a part in this investigation. As you know, it's been a vast, a complicated, and a very, very fast-paced investigation. You're looking at people standing up here who are running on, if they got an hour's sleep in the last couple of days, they're probably lucky. It has been very taxing. It has been so impressive, speaking on behalf of the local law enforcement, to see the cooperation that we've seen in this type of case. Across the state, sheriffs, chiefs, our state partners have stepped up and have come to the call on anything that we needed. Our county chiefs have been phenomenal. Our Utah County Attorney, Jeff Gray, who's standing up here with us, has been phenomenal in leading us through this investigation. I would like to thank the federal government for their resources, their assets. Our local team here, our FBI team, has been extraordinary in helping us work through this and bring this person.
This part stresses me out so much. We want to hear the press conference. We don't want to hear all these things. Y'all could have did that on Twitter. Half of y'all live on social media anyway. Y'all could have went on Trump's social and did all these doggone thanks and ain'ts and ises and thanks. We want to get to the details of what happened so we can start making 2 + 2 = 4, because right now it's equaling 10. Right now it don't make sense. The timing don't make sense. The individual that did it don't make sense. Who they shot don't make sense. None of it makes sense. So get to the meat of the matter. Save the thanks for throw one of y'all brunches and sell plates for $1,200 like y'all usually do. Do that and give out thanks and awards. But right now, can this is why I usually download them and edit them. This is why. But I was running out of time today. Long story. Let's get back into it.
To justice. Most of all, I would like to thank the public, and specifically, I would like to thank the public who turned to prayers and who turned to positiveness for us. I would like to thank them on behalf of the law enforcement community, because we needed those prayers. That's what we needed to get through this. We needed your support, and you gave it to us. We needed your patience, and you gave it to us. And I
also want to give a special thanks to the Attorney General and the Department of Justice. Their unwavering support and their commitment.
Person up here. Ladies and gentlemen, I get the microphone, so I hope you'll permit me a moment just to share a few more thoughts about where we are and how we got here, and maybe a little bit of where we go from here. I don't want to get too preachy, but I think it's important that we, with eyes wide open, understand what's happening in our country today. I've heard people say, well, why are we so invested in this? There's violence happening all across our country, and violence is tragic everywhere. And every life taken is a child of God who deserves our love and respect and dignity. This is certainly about the tragic death, political assassination of Charlie Kirk. But it is also much bigger than an attack on an individual. It is an attack on all of us. It is an attack on the American experiment. It is an attack on our ideals. This cuts to the very foundation of who we are, of who we have been, and who we could be in better times. Political violence is different than any other type of violence for lots of different reasons. One, because in the very act that Charlie championed of expression, that freedom of expression that is enshrined in our founding documents, in having his life taken in that very act, makes it more difficult for people to feel like they can share their ideas, that they can speak freely. We will never be able to solve all the other problems, including the violence problems that people are worried about, if we can't have a clash of ideas safely and securely. Especially those ideas with which you disagree. That's why this matters so much. Over the last 48 hours.
Now, let me say this. Two things can be right at the same time, right? Everything that he said is absolutely right. Absolutely right. You don't have to agree with everything that I say. I don't expect you to. My thoughts are my thoughts, and I created a platform to be able to share my thoughts. That doesn't mean because I have thoughts and this is my platform that I expect everyone that comes to this platform to share my thoughts. No, my only thing is, if you're going to share how you feel and it might not be what I feel, be respectful. Be yourself, share your thought, but be respectful. He is absolutely right. We cannot learn and grow unless there's opposition, unless there's a way to see it from. One of the things that I always teach my kids when they call me about conflict, and I told you they all grown, but when they call me about conflict, I always get them to look at it from the eyes of the other person. because it's not always about you. So just like every single thing that he just said is true, on the flip side, just as much as all of this true, it's still true that 16-year-old shot up a high school. And that deserves just as much attention as this. That was a 16-year-old little white boy. This is a 21-year-old little white boy. This is an issue with the youth in the white community. This is bigger than just Charlie Kirk. Wake up. Pay attention to what's going on. And as a black community, we can't step back and just say, you know what, that's them. It ain't got nothing to do with them. Okay, stop and think about it like this. If one of them decided to blow up a rally that was inside a high school that your kids attend, it's not just affecting the individual that they were targeting. It's affecting everyone because your children were there too. You never know where you're going to be when ignorance decides to get ignorant. And better than that, when ignorant decides to get ignorant. This affects all of us. Day school today could be yours tomorrow. It's a lot of integrated schools now. Charlie Kirk today could be you tomorrow. Because right now people somehow have in their mind that you either got to agree with me or there's no talking. There's no middle ground. There's no agreeing to disagree anymore. It's either you agree with me completely. Let me tell you how I know people think like that. Because now we're in the day and age where everybody wants you to pick a side. We ain't grown enough to say, you know, you can't tell me who I can be cool with. Just because y'all don't get along, that don't have nothing to do with my relationship with each of you prospectively. But no, see, we don't think that way. Somehow we be her friend and you got to be my friend. Are you cool? Are we still 12? Have we made it out of middle school yet? Mentally, emotionally? I think that's what the problem is. I think the problem is we're still stuck in grade school and middle school mentally and emotionally. And we haven't learned how to grow up because grown people and adults learn how to compromise. They learn communication. They know how to sit at the table and come to a mutual agreement, even if the mutual agreement is, nah, I think we need to just stay away from each other. We not good for each other. And that don't mean I hate you or you hate me. It just means we're going in two separate directions. And we're mature enough to understand that before I tear up your life, not because I'm doing it on purpose, but because I'm going in a different direction, I'd rather walk away. See, we don't have maturity. And because we don't have maturity as adults, they don't have maturity as kids. And then guess what? They have kids. Then they have kids. So you didn't respect authority. You have a child that don't respect authority or you. They have a child who don't respect authority, they mama or you. Then they have a child who don't respect nobody. Y'all see how it works? Do it make sense when it's said out loud? Look how many of our heroes were murdered for spreading love, inclusion, and togetherness, and no one cared. The art of caring wasn't looked at when it was our heroes, but we still try to show empathy. That's true. But at the end of the day, one of my things is I am not responsible for the actions or the thought processes of others. I don't want to have to stand before God and tell God I didn't do it because they didn't. What they didn't do and choose not to do is on them. I still got to do me. You know how many people that I took care of and looked out for when I know they was running my name through the mud? When I know who started the rumors and the lies and tried to scandalize my name? Do you know? And I still, you hungry, baby? Here you go. Because your actions don't have nothing to do with me. What you eat don't make me shh. So what you think about me doesn't faze me. In the words of Medea, just don't put your hands on me. Just don't put your hands on me. You can think what you got free will. You can choose to hate me. That is absolutely fine. That's your choice. But then I don't pretend for you. I don't expect for you to pretend like you like me. That's why when I hear people talk about racist, I'm like, okay. I don't have a problem with the ones that let it be known. Because now I don't have to expect nothing more from you because you already told me what it is. Cool. I ain't got to mess with you. You ain't got to mess with me. See, I'm the type of person, when I don't mess with you, I don't mess with you. I don't talk about you. I don't come around you. I don't check for you. I'm not trying to see what you're doing. I'm not trying to see how you moving. How do we have so much hate and disdain for each other, but we follow every move each other make? We follow every word each other say, but we don't like each other. It sounds like fans to me. Because when you really don't like something, you pull away from it and you turn away from it. And you pretend like it don't exist. Absolutely, Father Lot. I got you. As we should. And we should continue thinking like that. Continue. What they do, we can't allow what other people do to change us, change who we were, change what our foundation is. And to be honest with you, we are more like them than we even know. We're hateful, we're envious, we got a crab in the bucket mentality. We'll go to war with each other just to get what we want. We'll tear each other down to get to the top. We were built and created on spirituality, on family, because that was all we had back then. On struggle. Baby, we live together, we ride together, we die together, bad boys for life. That's what we was raised on. If one fight, you all fight. You a family. Families was the real gangs back in the day. You had some of them parents had about 6, 7, 8, 9 kids. Baby, that was a gang. What you talking about? What you mean? But we got so far away from that. It's no longer about family. We have become the monsters we accuse them of being. But that's a different conversation. Because we don't want to have that one. Because then that will have to cause us to pull out the mirror and look ourselves in the face and question where we went wrong. How did we stray so far away from the lit path that God had set out for us to reign and be on top? Yes, a whole lot of dirty, trashy stuff was done that if this generation was back there in that generation, history would have been written a whole lot different. I get it. But right now, we need to got our eyes focused forward, not constantly focused back. Yeah, they promised reparations. Yep, they did. They did. It was promised. It was. But to who? Did you stop to think about that? To all black people? No, it wasn't. Wasn't promised to all black people. Look it up. And here's the bigger question. What if you never get it? Are you going to keep fighting backwards, or are you going to fight forward? See, most people that talk like that, y'all think hate black people. No, most people that talk like this actually love us. They want to see us do better. I want to see us do better, be better, reach for better. You know how to make it go away? Ignore it. Focus on you, building you, becoming the you keep saying you are. Take your eyes off them. Focus on you. That's a thought. But let's continue.
I have been as angry as I have ever been, as sad as I have ever been. And it was, as anger pushed me to the brink, it was actually Charlie's words that pulled me back. I'd like to share some of those. And specifically right now, if I could, I need to talk to the young people in our state, in my state, and all across the country. As President Trump reminded me, he said, you know who really loved Charlie? The youths. And he's right. Young people loved Charlie, and young people hated Charlie. And Charlie went into those places anyway. And these are the words that have helped me. Charlie said, when people stop talking, that's when you get violence. He said, the weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. The only way out of the labyrinth of suffering is to forgive. Welcome without judgment, love without condition, forgive without limit. He said, always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them so much. A few months ago, I referenced this last night, Charlie posted to social media, when things are moving very fast and people are losing their minds, it's important to stay grounded. Turn off your phone, read scripture, spend time with friends, and remember, internet fury is not real life. It's going to be okay. He again said, when you stop having a human connection with someone you disagree with, it becomes a lot easier to commit violence. He said, what we as a culture have to get back to is being able to have a reasonable agreement, where violence is not an option. Now, again, to my young friends out there.
Again, I say, because I've watched video after video after video of people talking about all the negative things that he said about DEI and a bunch of other stuff. At the end of the day, two things can be right at the same time. This is what I say about the right versus the left, the conservatives versus the liberals, the Democrats versus the Republicans. This is what I say about that. Both sides have ideals that would be really good for this country. But on the flip side, both sides have ideals that are completely trash. Now, I need y'all to stop and think about it for a second. Now, put on your investigation discovery hats. Keep telling y'all I'm going to have to think of a phrase for that, a cute champagne phrase for it. But put on your investigation discovery hats. Y'all remember when we were doing the videos on all those immigrants that was coming into the United States, and they was giving them like $7,000 a month in cash and $5,000 a month in stamps when we struggling and can barely get $50? Y'all remember we had that discussion, right? And they were getting this for each month. Not only that, but they were putting them up in top hotels, like 5-star hotels. Y'all remember that, right? Now think about when we sat back and we talked about the rate of exchange for the US dollar. Now I want you to think about all the raids that was done by ICE to send these people back home. If any of these people went back home with money that they got when they received stipends in the United States, I just want you to remember, in Mexico, $100 is $1,000 in their money. Think about it. You just sent them home and they came up. on the US dollar. But your people are still hurting. A lot of times we don't think this stuff through. We don't think it through. Is there a way? And I don't know. I'm asking because I don't know. This is a genuine question. Maybe I need to ask my GPT. Is there a way to put a cap on the US dollar so I guess you wouldn't, because travelers from the US use their money overseas. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like the fact that everybody can come up off our money but us. But let's continue.
There. You are inheriting a country where politics feels like rape. Remember, internet fury is not real life. It's going to be okay. He again said, when you stop having a human connection with someone you disagree with, it becomes a lot easier to commit violence.
Now, I want y'all to stop and think about that. And that's why I said two things can be right at the same time. Stuff he was saying can be trash, but he can also have some wisdom mixed in there too. That's how people get led away by these doggone preachers like Jim Jones and these cult leaders, because they mix truth in. A lie becomes more believable when you mix it with the truth. That's how people are able to spread lies and scandalize your name, because they always mix it with some truth to make it more believable. I got to put something in there to make the people believe this is true. Something about you that I know. Everything this man is saying that he said is absolutely right. When you don't have human connection, that's when violence happens. It's easy for me to fight you if I don't know you and I don't have a connection with you. If I don't have a heart for people. See, I have a heart for people, so I don't automatically reach for fighting. But if you push me, don't confuse what I don't do for what I won't do. But I can't just walk up to somebody and swing on somebody just because you looked at me crazy or because you talking reckless. It's your mouth. You can talk. What your words gonna do to me? We somehow have lost. It ain't no somehow. As our parents, these damn phones, that's what it is. Electronics has made us lose human connection. Kids don't go outside and play no more. Ain't no hopscotch, no double dutch, no jumping rope, no cans, no. Y'all, what else did we used to play? You remember the hand games you played with your girl? The Miss Mary, Mac. All them songs we used to, there's no more of that. You remember getting up in the morning with your brothers and sisters, your siblings and your cousins who might have spent the night on a Friday, getting up, everybody grabbing a bowl of cereal and sitting in front of the TV watching cartoons, laughing and pretending like you was wherever the Muppet Babies were for hours, sitting in front of the TV pretending and using your imagination. Now, kids in the phone, on the game, on the TV, you got to call them about 10 times for them to hear you call their name. Because they're so engrossed. Let them lose the phone. Little seeds of Chucky gonna come out. Let the phone get damaged. Let the internet get cut off. One day we had a outage at my house when my kids were younger. The internet went out, baby. When I tell you, all 4 of them flew to the room. Mama, what's going on with the internet? The internet just went out. I was in the middle of the game and it just cut off. It's okay. The world not finna end. This ain't the end. It ain't over. Find something constructive to do till it come back on. There's no more human connection. And if there's no human connection, there's not going to be empathy, because I'm not going to have empathy for what I don't know and what I don't identify with. We no longer identify with people. We identify with people through a screen. So we have more empathy for people on the screen than we have for people in real life. That's why we have so much violence. There's no human connection. People don't see you as real. It's almost like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Everybody is a foreign entity that needs to be erased. Because I don't connect with you. I don't know you. I don't feel like you. I don't move like you. Because my head is intertwined with an electronic. And I can't think, move, or operate outside of it. So how am I going to connect with you? You real. You flesh and blood. And I've grown to the point where I don't understand flesh and blood no more. All I understand is swipe left, swipe right, like, dislike, comment, start over, swipe up, swipe down. New app. Thank you for joining us. Stepford Wives, we all robotic.
He said what we as a culture have to get back to is being able to have a reasonable agreement, where violence is not an option. Now, again, to my young friends out there, you are inheriting a country where politics feels like rage. It feels like rage is the only option. But through those words, we have a reminder that we can choose a different path. Your generation has an opportunity to build a culture that is very different than what we are suffering through right now. Not by pretending differences don't matter, but by embracing our differences and having those hard conversations. I think we need more moral clarity right now. I hear all the time that words are violence. Words are not violence. Violence is violence. And there is one person responsible for what happened here. And that person is now in custody and will be charged soon and will be held accountable. And yet all of us have an opportunity right now to do something different. I want to thank my fellow Utahns. This bad stuff happens. For 33 hours, I was praying that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us, that somebody drove from another state, somebody came from another country.
Well, why wouldn't you take this opportunity to talk about the kid? This would have been the perfect opportunity to talk about the kids and what's going on with the kids. These were 2 children that did this. 21 to me is still a baby. Still a baby. You can barely think on your own at 21. 16, a baby. Shot of high school. I think did 2 people get? I think 2 people were critically injured. I have to go back and check the story. And I want to say the person that was unalive was just the shooter. This would have been the perfect opportunity to talk about that. While we're grieving and remembering how great of a man, in their eyes, I'm speaking for them right now, how great of a man Charlie Kirk was. Let us pause and think about the children who were injured, the children who were frightened, the children who are probably going to have to see a therapist that they can't afford because they don't have health care, and their parents probably don't have enough money to pay for a therapist. The children who had to witness bullets flying through their classroom. The children who had to witness 2 children being shot, critically injured, bleeding in front of them, and having to be rushed to a hospital. 2 children that were probably their friends. Why not use this opportunity to talk about the children? This is why I tell y'all these politicians don't care. They don't care. They care about them. They're the big wigs at the top, and they're eating and they're making all the decisions for us at the bottom. And we're supposed to follow along like mindless marionettes on the doggone string where someone is talking for us, breathing for us, and moving for us. And you're not supposed to have a thought process on your own. They do not care. Neither one of the parties. That's why I don't know why y'all arguing with each other as if the parties you arguing over actually care. Agent Orange cares about Agent Orange. Does that mean he's not doing stuff to benefit you? No, because if he does stuff to benefit you, it benefits him. It ain't about you. You got a lot of people in your life like that. They do stuff for you not to help you out, but to help them out, because when they go back and tell other people what they did for you, it makes them look better. They don't care. They never cared. Politics ain't about caring. It's cutthroat. It's dog eat dog. May the best man win. You should have been talking about the babies. We done heard about Charlie Kirk since this happened. Can't hear about the kids because this is taking up the airway. But that's just my opinion. That's just me.
Sadly, that prayer was not answered the way I had hoped for, just because I thought it would make it easier on us if we could just say, hey, we don't do that here. And indeed, Utah is a special place. We lead the nation in charitable giving. We lead the nation in service every year. But it did happen here. And it was one of us. But I want you to look at how Utahns reacted the last 2 nights. There was no rioting. There was no looting. There were no cars set on fire. There was no violence. There were vigils and prayers and people coming together to share the humanity. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I believe is the answer to this. We can
Why would there be though? Like, shots fired. Why would there be though? There wouldn't have been any rioting. There wouldn't have been any cars set on fire. There wouldn't have been any of that you just discussed, because everybody already knew this was an inside job. We just didn't know who on the inside did it. While the Republicans was yelling it was the Democrats, most of us who look at both parties like they insane was sitting back saying, nah, it ain't had nothing to do with the Democrats. That was one of your own. 9 times out of 10, when a house is robbed, it's robbed by someone you know. Strangers, for the most part, ain't running up in your house. They ain't gonna do it. My grandmama told me that. Be careful who you keep in your house, because if your house ever get robbed, it's generally someone you know. So if you don't keep that many people in your house, and if something happened in your house, you know who was attached to it by who been there. This was inside. We been knew this was inside. So why would anybody be riding and setting fire? Why? That didn't even make. See, that's gonna piss me off. This is why I don't like politics. This is why. This is why. This world is chopped, screwed, fried. The U.S. definitely is. Our priorities so out of order and out of whack. The dumbest. They keep saying the richest country in the world. I don't know how. Our dollar is rich. We not. We got rich people at the top. We got rich people at the top, but majority of this rich country is struggling. So I don't understand how we get that concept. But this finna piss me off, because this should have been about the babies. So if y'all want to finish seeing it, I mean, y'all can go over and watch the full press conference. It seems like this is more so gonna be about talking about Charlie Kirk, because we're already 22 minutes in of the 31 minutes and 33 seconds, and they haven't really mentioned too much about the apprehension. So if y'all want to go over here, it's on King 5 Seattle. Says full press conference announcing arrest in deadly shooting of Charlie Kirk. Go over there and check it out. But yeah, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. So now, y'all, let's get into this situation with Romeca. And let me say this. You are always in a dangerous situation when, why ain't it showing? Y'all, it's crazy. I'm looking at my screen. Y'all can see the video on y'all screen. I can't see nothing. On my end, it's black.
That's when she told me champagne secret. Champagne.
That is really interesting. But we're going to leave it there. Tomato, tomato. Y'all, as long as y'all can see it, it's mind over matter, baby. It don't matter. Let me say this to y'all. Real talk. Let's have a fireside chat. Whenever you're dealing with someone who's still dealing with someone else, especially when there's children involved, you are putting yourself in a dangerous situation because you don't know the mindset of the other individuals. You don't know what they're capable of. You don't know what they're thinking. You don't know what their mind could potentially tell them to do because they see you as a threat, especially if they know about you. This is a sad case of playing the middle. You have a man here who's dealing with two women probably not being honest with you. Where the dangerous side comes in at is, as you can tell, each of them knew about the other because they both have children by him. So each of them is putting themselves in a situation because you don't know what the other one is going to do. You don't know how invested the other person is. You don't know. This is the difference between love and obsession. When I love you, I just want to see you happy. I want the best for you. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. I'm consistently thinking of ways to make you shine, to make you smile, to make you glow. Because I know if I give it to you, you're going to give it to me. And the same in reverse. If I love you, I'm thinking of ways to upgrade you. But when I'm obsessed with you, obsession is not about love. It's about possession. It's about control. It's about you belong to me. And if I can't have you, can't nobody have you. Or you belong to me and I'm not letting anything get in the way of this. So I'd rather remove it out the way than to continue to contend with it. Y'all gotta be careful. And why would you want to share anyway? I refuse to make somebody a priority who only sees me as an option. Refuse. Refuse. Why do you keep allowing a person to make you second fiddle? They only come around when they want some. Because they know you know how to smack it, flip it, and rub it down. She only come around when she wants your pockets. My niece's friend was unalived in Milwaukee. Was this about a year ago? You know, time flying so fast. And it was by her boyfriend. I want to say he sticky icky her 5 times when she opened her door. They kept saying, how could he do this? We just talked to him. We didn't know he was going to do this. We didn't know he was thinking like this. In my mind, I said, let me go look at his Facebook page. So, I went and looked at the Facebook page. I'm sorry, y'all, I was drinking my Coca-Cola. And all over his page was nothing but her. The cover photo profile picture. His you know how you can put your nickname in parentheses on Facebook? Yeah, that was her name. And all in his description, it was all about her. All of his posts was only about her. Just her. And I said, oh, yeah, baby, y'all, this was a problem. See, y'all look at stuff like that and y'all see it as, oh, he's so cute. He loved me. No, that's not normal. We don't know how to tell the difference between love that's normal and obsession, which is toxic. I don't need to be up under you 24/7 if I love you. I don't need to control where you go and who you see and who you on the phone with and who you talking to and who you texting to. Do you know my dude can text females? Y'all completely blew me on social media when I saw all the women upset and going off over the Cooking with Kaya girl. What you mad about? You mad about a persona on a computer that your man may never see in real life? That's what you mad about? Hell, I be looking at my dude like, babe, you see the way she tossed it while she was cooking? You want me to toss it like that while I'm cooking for you, bro? There's something wrong with y'all. Who taught y'all what love was? Because they clearly didn't teach you what it's not. Whenever you have a situation, when you start seeing car windows get busted, when you start seeing tires flatten, when you start seeing people get unalived, when you start seeing altercations happen, it's because somebody is not done. Somebody is not being honest. You need to know when you need to walk away from a situation for your sanity, for your benefit, for the safety of your emotions. You got to protect number one above all. Know when to walk away. You got to know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. Know when to walk away. Know when to run. You better count. You listen. You better know. Because too often, we stay too long when we know we should have walked away. They ain't giving you no reason for you to think this is going to turn into a couple of forevers. Not one reason. They ain't giving you one reason to think this is going to be a fairy tale, happily ever after. And here you go. Taking your heart, your mind, your soul, your money, your car keys, your house keys, your bank account, and laying it on the table for somebody you don't even know. Now you popping out kids for somebody you don't even know. They ain't promised you nothing. They ain't fulfilled nothing they promised. They haven't showed you anything that said that they're worth that much investment. We have to learn when to walk away. You keep talking about that. I got my boots on the ground. All right. You better put them boots on the ground and walk away when that situation starts getting toxic. If you got to consistently fight for the attention of a woman or a man, with the attention of a woman or a man, baby, it's time for you to walk away. I don't care how much that individual keeps showing back up at your door. It's time for you to walk away. See, I'm not a competitor. No, I've never been the type who was willing to compete for nothing. I'm the type who will tell you, baby, you got it. You got it. What am I competing with you for? What do I have to prove to you? I'm trying to help y'all without helping you. I'm trying. Because it's somebody listening to me right now. It's somebody that's probably going to be in the replay gang. I'm talking to you. Warning, warning, alert, alert, flash, 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 station identification break. He's not for you. He's not for you. He's not for you. Run away, run away, run away. I know they look good. Fellas, bottle boys. I know she look good. That body banging. Boy, you know that ass super fat. You know, it's the only part of her song I like. That's it. That's it. You better know when to walk away. It's a whole lot of Jezebels out there. It's a whole lot of succubuses out there. And y'all keep getting caught in the trap with these succubuses because y'all don't know how to walk away. You want a centerpiece instead of a timepiece. Ooh, that needs to be on. Somebody write that up. Somebody save that. Send it to me. So save that. Send it. Put it in your phone. Somebody put it in your notes. Would you put it in there? So when I need it again, I'm gonna remember it. Y'all out here trying to get a centerpiece when you need a timepiece. You need somebody that's gonna hold you down. Through the good, through the bad, through the ugly, through the storm, through the rain, through the shipwreck, through the rescue. Somebody who say, baby, you jump, I jump. We in this together. We a team. We figuring this out together. I ain't gonna never leave you alone to fight by yourself and figure out by yourself. You my timepiece. Not game piece. Some of y'all are game pieces on these people board. Y'all just ain't recognized it yet. And a lot of times, by the time you recognize it, it's already too late. So let me get this up here. Am I talking much tonight? Am I talking much? Matter of fact, before we do that, because we'll jump on that tomorrow. We'll jump on that tomorrow. I'm finna drop this link because I want to know what y'all got to say. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Because there's this young man that I want you guys to listen to. We would have finished it all today, but of course, with the Charlie Kirk thing happening, I did want to cover that and give the update on that. Because it just don't make sense. Something's not right. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. And I don't know what they're doing to these kids. What y'all need to search, have these, kids ever been to no boys home, boarding schools? You know, a lot of white kids used to go to board. Do they even still have boarding schools? You know, a lot of white kids used to go to boarding schools. Did y'all find out what happened with y'all kids when they was in boarding school? Did they tell y'all? Did they talk to y'all anything? Because are they chipped? Make it make sense to me. Because it just, between the age of 15 to 21, 22, they just flip out and want to kill everything? Is this a DNA thing? Is this something in the genetics? Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out because it doesn't make sense. Do it make sense to you when you say it out loud? That all of a sudden, all these young men, young white men, want to unalive politicians and political figures and presidents and schools and then take themselves out. Do it make sense to you when you say it out loud? Or do it sound like something in the milk ain't clean? While I wait to see if y'all gonna come up, No, if ain't nobody hitting the link, we gonna get this video up here. Give me a second. See, if this was OBS Studios, it would have already been ready to go. But I can only pull up one thing at a time and restream because I don't have a paid version. Okay.
Hey, look.
So this video, I believe, is of the auntie, and she's speaking because apparently someone set a GoFundMe in their name, and she's really coming out to clear the air. Let me say this, y'all be real sick. Y'all, even the other sister I think I played yesterday where she was saying, can y'all please stop sharing the video of my sister on the ground? Why do y'all think people want to see that? Why? Especially the family. They got enough to go through. Somebody just took this girl's life in front of their child. They got to figure out how to explain this to this girl's child that their mother is gone and ain't never coming back. You ain't never gonna see your mom again. I got to find out how to say this to this child. Not to mention all the other people that witnessed it. And you want to put it on the social media for the world to see. Not only do they have to deal with people putting the video up for the world to see, they also have to deal with people creating GoFundMes to make money in the name of someone who just lost their life tragically, who also has a child. What is wrong with y'all? It's like we need a worldwide therapy session or something. Worldwide exorcism, worldwide revival, all of it. Worldwide deliverance service, something. Because what would make you wake up one day and say, you know what? I know how I'm going to make some money. This girl just died. Let me start a GoFundMe so the people can start giving to the GoFundMe because they think it's for her. Y'all are sick. But everybody wants a quick buck now. So that's how we get here.
Your motherfucking iPhone. I have been going through things. Y'all be quiet for a minute. I don't know who doing this live. I'm doing this live to tell everybody. I don't know who doing this GoFundMe. We don't need your help like that. If we wanted to do it, we'll do it. But that is not what we're doing. So any motherfucker that's on here talking about, you thought she wear designer clothes, she do, bitch. Yes, she got it all. Let me go.
So get y'all ass off this motherfucker trying to get some extra money with y'all broke ass.
For my fellas, tune in, man. I just want to get something up off my chest regarding to my status, man. It's for the fellas, bro. It don't matter who tuned in, though, but it's my little message for us fellas. And I say us because I ain't no better than the next man. And I also been a part of a lot of situations that I could have handled differently as a man when it comes to dealing with these women, bro. Fellas, my little message to y'all is, G, we have to do better, bro, protecting these women that we with, bro. Like, no matter what it is, bro, it's our job, it's our duty to at least protect, bro. Like, for sure, bro. A lot of these situations that's been going on, a lot of shit that's been happening with our black women in general, though. But I'm just really aiming for our community because that's what I'm around majority of the time. It's our community. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like, bro, we have to do better, bro. Like, and I say we because I am a part of this shit too, bro. Like, I'm not gonna sit on this live with y'all and act like I'm, you know, two goodest shoes, however you want to put it. Like, I'm a part of that shit too, bro. Like, we have to do better as men, bro, protecting these women, the mother of our kids. Even if it's not the mother of our kids, bro. If it's just a woman we dealing with, fucking on, whatever, bro. It's our duty while we with them, while they're in our presence, for at least those moments to protect them, bro. We not too good, bro. Like, we not too good for that shit, bro. It's a lot of shit that happened to our women because of us, bro. This ain't got nothing to do with no relationship shit, bro. I'm just speaking in general, and I'm, going off. Let her soul rest in peace to the whole family, condolences and everything. That was my dog. To all my Robeson Raiders family, bro. We've been having the best reunions the last 2 years with no violence, no nothing, bro. So that lets y'all know how we be coming together, and we got to continue that shit. But like, we are the reason, bro. Us men is part, if not really the reason why a lot of shit be happening to our black women, bro. Like, and I take blame in that shit too, bro. I take full accountability in a lot of this shit too, bro. Cause I have put women in a lot of fucked up situations, bro, where a lot of situations could have ended the way what we all experiencing and grieving over what happened today. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we got to stop doing this shit to our women, bro. Like, for real. Like, and this is, y'all, a lot of people that knows me, y'all know how wild I be, or how I used to be, however you want to look at me, or whatever. But we got to learn, it's okay, bro. It's okay to have an understanding. It's okay to have one girlfriend. It's okay to have one woman in your life, however you want to look at it, bro. Call it what you want. It's okay. I'm coming to my senses, and I'm trying to mature in that world, bro. And I'm saying this shit because we are the reason why a lot of this shit be going on with our women, bro. We don't protect them, bro. It's just that simple. Money ain't protection, bro. Giving her dick ain't protection, bro. That's not protection, bro. Sitting down and having communication, sitting down and actually talking and understanding what's going on and making sure she know that she's secure, that's better ways of giving protection, bro. We got to stop thinking that because we fucking them, or we buying shit, or we tricking off, or whatever the case may be, oh, she cool, she gonna be alright. Nah, bro, we got to offer better ways of protection, bro. For real. As men, as black men in our community, bro. Like, I know this shit fucked up the city. This shit fucked up the city. You feel me? Like, that young lady was fucking loved, bro. And I'm going to speak on.
First of all, the facts are the facts when the facts are the facts, and we gonna let the facts continue to fact. But let me throw a fact out there while we fact it. The same way he's saying what he's saying to the men, I'm gonna flip that and say it to the women. We gotta do better too. Because as women, we gotta stop putting our men in situations where they feel like they have to protect us. We gotta still stop putting them in situations where we could just walk away from. We got to stop using that mouth all the time and wanting to fight and want to be rowdy and ratchet and rude and negative and cause drama and chaos everywhere that we go, where we're putting them in situations where they need to set up, where they need to step up and protect us. We got to stop too. We got to do better as women. Now, I'm not going to let the men take all of that for that one. Could he have separated it? Yes. And I understand what he's saying. Two things are right. He is absolutely right. On the flip side, it is absolutely right that women a lot of times can be full of shit. And a lot of times we are the problem because we don't know how to get somewhere, sit down, and shut up. Because we got to be heard. We got to be right. We got to be loud. We got to be noisy. We got to be negative. We got to be ratchet. We got to cause a scene. We got to have the attention. It's got to be about us or nobody at all. Sometimes we are the problem. And the same way men need to do some introspection, women do too. Can you imagine what would happen if the men start working on themselves and the women start working on themselves before the men and the women decide to come together? See, we don't know how to be honest. Back when I was young, baby, I did what I did, and everybody I did it with knew what I was doing. I wouldn't hide none because I'm not trying to be in a relationship with you. This just for fun. But see, y'all don't know how to be honest. Reason being, because majority of y'all are not in love. Majority of y'all are obsessed with the individual that you're with. An obsession is dangerous. It's deadly. That's why we keep hearing these stories. Whether it's a baby mama on a baby mama in this situation, whether it's baby daddy unaliving a girlfriend unaliving a boyfriend. It's obsession. If I can't have you, no one can. It's pure evil, and you don't see it that way because somehow in your eyes, you think it's love. You think it's love to control. You think it's love to be abusive. Probably because somebody showed you that's what love was. And you've never seen what real love looks like. You've never been with anyone who wipes the tears from your eyes instead of making you cry. You've never been with anybody who knows how by that simple touch to calm you down when you getting ready to go over the rails. Because they don't want to see you destroy yourself in a moment of impulse. See, y'all don't know what true love is. You haven't seen it. You haven't been introduced to it. You don't know what it looks like. So you think what you're doing is cool. Ladies, stop. Do better. Move better. Talk better. I mean, can we go back to carrying ourselves like ladies? Is that too much to ask? We don't have to be the loudest one in the room. We don't. Just because they say it about us don't mean we got to make it true. We don't have to be the most ratchet in the room. And that don't just go for black people. That go for my cream team too. Caramel macchiato, hazelnut, whatever your flavor, baby. Hello. Scoot up. I'm talking to us all. Because we all got to do better.
Because I love that young lady, bro. Like, that's a Robeson Raider fineness, bro. Let's call it what it is, bro. She was somebody to a lot of us, bro. She was somebody, bro. And ain't no way that shit should have happened, bro. I got 2 baby mamas. Bro. And everybody that knows me, I don't come on Facebook bashing neither one, no matter what I go through. And a lot of people know my story with one of them. But at the end of the day, ain't no way, can't nothing in this world make me as a man stand there and allow 2 women that I share kids with to feud, bro. What y'all do when I'm not there, what y'all do when I'm not around, I can't control that. But long as I'm in the presence, ain't nobody disrespecting nobody. And if it is going to be some disrespecting going on, guess what I'm going to do? Whichever baby mama that I'm with, we going to get the fuck on, bro. We not doing that, bro. We not doing that, bro. Like, for sure. We should never lost our dog like this, bro. We should never lost our dog like this, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, bro. And I know a lot of people feel how I feel, but we should never lost our Robeson Raider like this, bro. Not like this. Not like this, bro. Hell nah, bro. Hell nah, bro. We should never lost her like this, bro. Like, for real. Ain't no way, bro. And that's what's wrong with us niggas now, bro. We playing too many sides. And I say us because at the end of the day, I'm a part of this shit too, bro. And that's why I'm sitting up here and I'm speaking to y'all niggas. I'm willing to stop being a part of that community, bro. We got to take this shit into consideration and protect our fucking women, bro. We are the reason why these women is fighting each other, bro. I don't give a fuck how you put it. They gonna disrespect each other, whatever the case may be. But guess what? When you go and lay over here and you go and lay over there and they bump, how do they know each other? Why they into it? Because of us. We are the problem, fellas. That's just real shit. That's just real shit, bro. We are the fucking problem, bro. And we sit up here and thinking that because we fucking and we buying shoes and clothes or we paying on a light bill or something, or whatever the case may be, and we able to say, oh, my bitch this, my bitch that, da 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 da. Bro, that's not protecting her, bro. That's not protecting her, bro. Like real shit, G. And it hurts me. Like I dropped a tear earlier, a few of them, because that I fucks with them. That's why I ain't go and do all the most, like, I'm not no detective. I'm not here to detect or anything. I'ma respect that family, bro. But that hurt, bro. She was one of ours, bro. That lady wasn't supposed to go like that, G. And I feel bad for her siblings, the ones that I do know, some of the family people that I do know. Hell, I lost my big brother. I know the feeling of losing a sibling, bro. Especially when they gone for shit that they shouldn't have been gone for, bro. Come on, bro. That shit ain't cool, G. That shit ain't cool, bro. And that's the problem, us niggas, bro. And I say us, and I'm including myself because I'm not no better than the next man, bro. We are the fucking reason why these women be out here fighting each other. We are the reason why women out here doing the shit that they doing to each other. That's the way that shit happened today is because of a nigga, bro. We as men need to start holding each other accountable for this whack, goofy ass shit we be doing to y'all women, bro. That's on my kids, bro.
And we as women need to start holding women accountable for the stuff that we do to ourselves, each other, and these men. And that's on my kids, bro. I'm echoing everything that he's saying, flipping it to the women. Because she had a choice. As much as this didn't have to happen because it was over him and he could have did better, she could have chose better too. She had a choice. You had a choice. Whenever, and I'm going to keep saying it, you better know your worth and then add damn tax. When you realize that you were number two, you should have erased the second so you could have been number one. By yourself. For yourself. You don't need nobody that sees you as an option. As one in a bunch that they can just pick out like you an apple in a bushel, pick out and throw you back when they finished. She had a choice. You have a choice. Why do you keep choosing to just be a centerpiece timepiece? You're timeless. You're a treasure. You're priceless. The world is birthed through your womb. Nations are created through you. So why do you keep allowing yourself to be second best? To come second fiddle? This makes me think of when I finally heard the words to "If Loving You Was Wrong, I Don't Want to Be Right." Because that's what this is. If being right means living without you, I'd rather live, what she say, a long time? What? Y'all need to learn the difference between obsession and love. Yeah, maybe we need to do a live on that for Wellness Waves Wednesday. Maybe we need to do the difference on obsession and love. We did a little talking about toxic love on the other talk the other night. But maybe we need to go back because I'm so sick of seeing this. I'm so sick. Because somebody don't have emotional control, because somebody don't know their worth and don't understand, baby, if you don't want me, somebody else do. Bye. Don't know how to walk away and leave when your sanity and your mental capacity is at risk. When you're on the verge of doing something virtually demonic because of what has a stronghold on you. Obsession is a stronghold, baby. But see, that's tapping into spirituality, and y'all ain't ready for them kind of conversation. Because y'all still think everything is natural.
My dead brother, bro. Like, for real, we have to, like, y'all be laughing at me and shit like that when I be making little content or videos. Some of that shit be for real. If I know you got a nigga or a woman, I don't got no friend for you. Real shit. If I want one of your friends or something, you ain't gotta hook me up. Let me shoot my shot. If I get rejected, then let it be. But if you know a motherfucker got something going on, bro, we got to stand up as men and women with this part. Stop hooking people up, bro. Let people be, bro. If a motherfucker get in tune, let them get in tune on their own time, bro. But we have to do better as black men protecting these women, bro. And a lot of us got daughters. A lot of us got daughters, bro. That's why it hurt. That's why it really hurt. My daughter about to be 13. I have not saw my daughter since she was 9, bro. That's why that shit hurts me to see my dog go out like that, bro. That shit hurt, G. There ain't no way that Robeson Raider, that lady that walked them halls with us, bro, that had that school rocking in all types of ways of fun, beauty, and everything, bro. It wasn't no way why our dog go out like that, bro. Like, for real, for real. Call it what you want to call it, G. Ain't no way our dog supposed to went out like that. That shit hurt. That shit, I'm a father to a girl, a daughter that's about to be 13. I have a soft since 9, bro. So if and when I started to be able to get back into my daughter's life and she got 5 years of life, you know how many years I done already missed? But life we don't know when it's our time to go, bro. Y'all, that's why I say a lot of people, I know I talk a lot of shit. I talk a lot of jokes on Facebook. I post a lot of shit. I talk about a lot of shit, but some of that shit, I be for real, bro. We gotta get our shit together, fellas. Men, real niggas. Everybody wanna be solid. We get that. But we got to be solid protecting our fucking women, bro. It can't be a little you if you don't have nothing to put little you in, bro. That's just real shit. A lot of us walk around with juniors and all. Come on. Look, that's his, right? And you can sit up there and allow shit like that to happen. I can't fold for no shit like that, bro. Both of my baby mamas, the one that I was with recently and the one that I got my daughter back, they'll tell y'all, but I don't play that disrespect shit. Y'all not gonna disrespect each other on my watch. I don't play that shit, bro. At all. And I'm not gonna never let a woman that I'm gonna be with, that I'm with, or anything disrespect the mother of neither one of my kids. Now, what you got to say to me is okay, bro. It's okay. Stop knocking on my fucking window. Bye. Like, that shit is not cool, bro. That shit is not, I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm irritated with this shit, bro, and that shit hurt. That shit hurt, because that was like a little sis when we was in school, bro. And a lot of this shit going on, and I'm going to keep saying this shit, and I'm going to keep saying this shit. It's a lot of this shit going on because us niggas, bro. We whack as fuck, and I say it we because I'm a part of this shit, bro. We putting y'all women's in fucked up situations, and shit like this is fucking happening, and it ain't no way it should be happening if we quote-unquote want to call ourselves real niggas, real men, or we on that type of time, we this, we that. A real man, you want that? A real man, bro? And I don't even know buddy like that. But I'm going to speak on that him as a man. Wasn't even supposed to get close at all. It wasn't even supposed to be an option to go and grab or whatever went on. I wasn't there. Sit on here and play detective. But at the end of the motherfucking day, as a real man, it wasn't supposed to go down like that, bro. I don't know him. I know a lot of people that do know him. But that's a man that I would never be able to respect. If I meet him in life, I would never be able to shake his hand because of situations like this, bro. Real shit. We are the problems to a lot of our black women dying, fellas. We are the fucking problem, G. We putting our black women in fucked up situations because we sneaking and geeking. We want to fuck the city. I'm a part of that shit, bro. And like, that shit got to stop, bro. I'm preaching, but guess what I'm doing? I'm taking this shit into consideration, bro. I had to really sit back and wait on this moment to make sure that I was okay to practice what the fuck I'm preaching and understand that shit, bro. We have to change, fellas. We have to change, G. We have to protect our women. We have to protect our women, G. We go above and beyond for motherfuckers that don't even supposed to matter. But we letting baby mamas do this? We letting kids grow up suffering Like, I sat back and I had to evaluate this shit, bro. Like, damn, like, it's a possibility that this little one over here gonna grow up hating his other sibling now. Do y'all know how deep that shit is that'll have a little man in a fucked up headspace?
Let me tell y'all something. Then I'm gonna get ready to let y'all go. And we can finish this on tomorrow. Hold on. Let me tell y'all how true what he's saying is. And I'll do the full story time, but my dad unalived his wife. My dad had 2 girls by his wife, 2 girls by my mom. She was a lady, her and my mom, and my dad would go back and forth in between. So one day I get a phone call. Now, mind you, I just got off the phone with my dad. And he had to go he was turning himself in because things had got so bad between him and his wife. He said he'd rather do the rest of his time in jail than to be out. So the day everything happened, my sister got the phone call. She let me know I was on my way to church. I had just got off the phone with my dad, so I'm confused. Like, what do you mean? He's supposed to be in jail. What do you mean he killed his wife? The hell? So I ended up finding out who his PO was, and I called his PO. And the only thing I could think of was my sisters. And I'm like, oh my God, I gotta call my sisters and make sure they're okay. This was their mom, da-da-da-da. When I called, they didn't answer. I'm leaving messages. I finally get a call from the district attorney who was letting me know everything that was going on, what he was being charged with, what he was facing. And I asked him, I said, what about my sisters? I said, I've been trying to reach my sisters and I can't reach them to make sure they're okay. That man told me on the phone, they don't want to talk to you. I'm torn because I'm like, wait, what? He said, they don't want to talk to you. And I'm like, but can you just please give them my number? He said, I can, but I gotta, respect their wishes. This is a messed up situation. And I'm talking to this man crying like, but we didn't do it. This was our dad. I get it, but we didn't do this. So when he says you can have children hating the other children because of what this mother did, he is absolutely correct. And we were grown. We weren't babies when this happened. This only happened maybe 10 years ago. 15 at the most, I want to say. I will have to look it back up. You got to be careful what you do because this stuff doesn't just affect you. It doesn't. It just don't affect your baby daddy. It don't. These individuals have children. They have sisters. They have parents. They have grandparents. It's a sad day and age where children are dying before their parents. Children should be burying parents because parents have lived out their long days and in their old age, they passed of natural causes. Now, parents are burying children left and right. Kids ain't even living to see 40 years old. You got to be careful the conversations you have around your kids and the stuff that you do because they absorb that. This boy gonna have to deal with this the rest of his life. And just like he said, he may not want to have nothing to do with his siblings simply because of what their mother did. I went through it as an adult because of what my dad did. I had sisters that didn't want to speak to us because our dad unalived their mother. And we weren't even living in the same state. I was living in Milwaukee. This happened in Carolina. They lived in Carolina, all of them. the damage that is done when we don't take the time to get our impulses under control. But y'all listen, it's 1:30. We are going to continue this in the Talk Yo on tomorrow night. I want to get into Romeca some more. I want to get into some more stories like this because, again, I'll say situations like this, we want to take it away from the individuals that are involved in the story, and we need to look at the type, the situation, the kind of individuals that would do this, the type of mindset that would do this. We need to pay attention to things like that so that we don't become this type of mindset, even in the midst of us being angry or frustrated or stressed out. But we know how to think our way through, troubleshoot, and process so that we are not destroying our lives in a moment of being impulsive, in a moment of anger and rage. We don't do something drastic that we can't take back, that has irrevocably and irreparably changed the fabric of our existence. So we're going to continue it on tomorrow night. I may also throw some extra stuff in there. I got some ideas. But make sure you do me a favor. Where my banners at? Do me a favor. Double tap that screen if you are on your computer or on your phone. Throw some hearts, some 100s, some laughs, some cries, whatever. Throw some on the face. Show us some love and support. We are on our road to 1K. So if you can do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. Even if you don't come back, help a girl get the 1K. Y'all hear all this wisdom and empower me. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we jump into whichever sector we jump into for another show. It is Virgo season. My birthday is next week. So if you want to show some love and hit the Cash App, you absolutely can. It is scrolling across the bottom. If you are a Virgo and it is your birthday, please drop in the chat and let me know so that I can send you a special happy birthday shout out on tomorrow when we jump on our live, so that you can know that you are appreciated, you are loved, and you are thought about. And this is a community and a family over here, and we look out for each other. Yes, we do. Thank you again for joining me. I hope to see you tomorrow night. We do a late show, so 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. Set your alarms. Make sure you have your PJs on, your footies, your covers stretched out on the bed or the couch. Make sure you have your glass of bubbly, your charger, so that we can get into the fizz, honey. Bubble to bubble, cork to cork. We gonna let it flow, all right? Champagne gang, FizzFam, Confidante. Always remember, if it doesn't cause you to elevate, it's causing you to depreciate. Now raise those glasses, clink, and let's drink till we meet again. Ta-ta.